What is up, Gorilla Nation, and welcome your butts back to a brand new edition and a brand new episode of The Division 2. Now, before we hop into the video, if you would be so kind to smash that like button, ground and pound that subscription button, and then reach up there, trigger the bell, and turn on post notifications, so that way you know each and every time a stream goes live or a video that is uploaded. Now, with the thumbnail, as you can obviously tell, this is just a fact-finding truth video. Now, I'm going to get at fanboys and soy boys and cheerleaders in my comment section, you know, saying I'm toxic, I'm hating, and some will say, oh, you're just clout chasing. But I guarantee you it's none of the above. We're just going after and looking at the hardcore facts. Now, the facts and the reason why the community is in such disarray is just a few things that I'm going to hit on today. Such as this one particular thing right here. And you would think that the average person can actually look and tell that it's basically the same thumbnail with the same lettering, everything, description, whatnot, on every single one. And look at the dates. They're the exact, just like a week apart in each and every one. And it's like, really? Are you that hard up for views that you have to go hard mode clickbait on your videos? And then if you watch these build videos, you can play this alongside of it, and well, you'll get the point here in a second, but let's roll it.
Objection, hearsay.
Yeah.
Objection, hearsay.
Was fine.
Objection,
that
hearsay.
that he was in a hotel room with Paul Bettany.
Objection, hearsay.
Carry him home.
Objection, hearsay.
November 2013.
Objection, calls hearsay, leading.
There were these moments that just felt so wonderful.
Objection, Your Honor, non-responsive.
And then all you gotta do is basically loop that over and over and over as you watch some of these content creators builds, and it's like, really? Are the people that are subscribed to these channels are that dumb to actually really believe this and take everything that they say as biblical fact? I mean, come on. I mean, I can lead blondes to water, but I can't make them think, right? And then you have these other content creators that'll have thumbnails such as this. And it makes you want to click on it and figure out why. And then they go through this whole process and, well, step number 1, you got to do this. Step number 2, you got to do this. Step number 3, you got to do this. And step number 4, you got to do this. And step number 5, you have to do this. And if you do these steps in succession, then you're going to be able to do this damage glitch that's going around in the game. And then it's like they try to justify it to where I don't want you to get banned, and you can easily do this by mistake and by accident. And then anybody with common sense would be like, okay, if I have to do these 5 things in a specific order and then do this, that makes the odds exponentially humongous that anybody would actually mistakenly do this. So you're just kind of saying, oh, I'm bringing this to the light of the community because I don't want you to accidentally do it, you know, and possibly get banned. But then in turn, teaching and showing people how to abuse and exploit a game, and then in turn making the whole community, as far as especially the PvP community, even more toxic because you know that people are just going to abuse it. And then you're like, okay, how dumb can this person be? It's like, seriously, you're saying you don't want to get them banned, but yet you're teaching them and showing them how to potentially get banned? And let's just face it, you know, the ban hammer is not going to come down because there's things in the game that's broken that people exploit that's been going on for well over a year, and basically it just seems like the devs do not absolutely care. And my final point, you have some content creators out there that will actually say, well, you know, those that do this aren't really legit gamers, they're cheaters, they're exploiters, and they're making the community a lot worse and a lot more toxic. And that is true. But then they turn right around and use such like decoy bugs and exploits in the game to become invisible and whatnot. And in turn, you're like, okay, that's a double standard. You're saying don't use this exploit, but I'm going to be streaming, you know, almost on the daily, and I'm going to be using this exploit, but this one's okay, but this one is not. It's like, really? And then you have, they'll be complaining like, well, I use this, I get called a B, I get called a P, and you can figure out what those words are. So no matter what I use, I'm going to get called this, and that. And then in turn, on the other side of the coin, in the same streaming session, multiple streaming sessions on the daily session, you're using those same defamatory language and words to call out other people that you go against in PvP for doing the same exact thing. So, which is it? Are you being the bully or the victim? Because you can't absolutely be both, but yet you're trying to. And it just baffles me. And these are just some instances, and there are a plethora out there. I mean, take your common sense, just go to their channel, just look through their thumbnails as far as on their builds, and if they use like the things of God mode and one man army and this and that on every single build, I mean, you got to think, every single one can't be that. I mean, it's just impossible. They're just using it so that's the way you click on it. And if you're not really paying attention to actually the thumbnails that they actually produce, then, they're pretty much slipping one over on you. I get it. You're a content creator. You create content for views. But there's a moral side of it that I like to assume and to think that is out there, because you have all these other bigger content creators that feel the need and don't have the need in order to do such things just to get views. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Same way with all these bugs and exploits. Showing them, teaching them, and then turn around, even though I taught you how, just don't get banned for using it. And, I'm just here, warning you, but also in turn, they are exploiting the community just for clicks and views. I just don't get it. Something needs to change. The community needs to wake up and realize these things. And, that is my rant. Appreciate you so much. God bless.